Geordie Journo's back again at Lotto Park, where we're very happy because Newcastle United not only beat Union Saint-Gilloise, they've battered them 4-0, biggest ever Champions League win, first Champions League away win since 2003, and yeah, a big box ticked for Newcastle United and Eddie Howe, who a lot of questions asked, a lot of conversations about the away form, the lack of goals, the answered questions tonight in a game. Ultimately, we were speaking beforehand that you expected Newcastle to win, but I think disaster avoided and a very impressive, very encouraging performance from the side.
Yeah, I think it's always got to be, it's hard, you've always got to temper it with the opposition, but this was a potential banana skin. Newcastle could have come here and had a really tricky, difficult night. PSV got done off them only a couple of weeks ago. Newcastle could easily have suffered that fate. The whole of the region was in town today. Every fan that has even thought about Union in any way, shape or form was crammed into that stadium there. It was a great crowd, loads of home fans, even though it's not a natural home, given they don't get these kind of crowds. It was pretty full. It
was a good atmosphere as well.
It was a great atmosphere. So, you know, it's one of them nights where first home Champions League game, it was carnival, it was celebration. I said it was like a kids' party at times, the amount of people who were dressed up, didn't I? But no, it was one of those that Newcastle had to deal with the occasion, and they did deal with the occasion. A couple of frantic balls into the box early doors made you think, oh, could they have a bit of a physical presence or score from a set piece? But what really impressed me is the way Sandro Tonali grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and just totally controlled it. The way the team almost sort of began to grow in confidence around Nick Woltemade, Anthony Gordon, as we'll come on to, Malik Chiao. I thought there were some great performances from the players. A lot to like. I know Anthony Elanga got man of the match. I didn't think that was his greatest day, as I said over on the live return tonight, by the way. So I did say that, and people were sort of criticising me, and at the end of the day, it's an opinion. We all have them. I'm not right. You're not wrong. Everyone have a chance to sort of say what they want to say, and I didn't think it was his greatest night. But look, who am I to argue? Everyone else seemed to think he did really well. But no, I think there was lots to like about Newcastle United tonight, and it just felt like that sort of confidence booster that they needed. We kind of said that against Bradford last week, and then it was probably the most challenging performance I thought of the season at the weekend against Arsenal. The most disappointing, because I thought there were a million miles of Arsenal. It wasn't even close, where you can make a case for them in other games. So no, maybe this was another little confidence boost, and I think they're learning to play in and around the striker, and I thought that was really quite heartening in the second half.
Yeah, no, I want to touch upon that point as well, because I think Nick Woltemade probably touched the ball more times in that game than he had in maybe the last three starts or whatever, all the games that he played previously. It was a bit of a mixed sort of output from him early on. A lot of balls where he couldn't quite keep a hold of, but once he got that goal, which I didn't think he knew much about it, but on the replay you see, it's a bit of intent. It's an incredible finish. It's a sublime flick.
The reactions to get something on that, and he's directing it with a back heel. It is remarkable.
Well, you say about Nick Woltemade and probably early impressions, like, is he an out-and-out number 9? That was a proper out-and-out number 9 instinctive finish. Fantastic little flick to get Newcastle up and running, but apart from then on, he grew into the game. Just oozed confidence. You could see he was confident from that goal. Shame he didn't get to take the 2 penalties, in my opinion. So I want to see him get more.
I did, but I said this to you guys in that press room back there, because we're sort of standing outside Lotto Park because we got booted out.
Progressively booted out.
Yes, we did. From one point, we're almost going to be recording right on the pitch,
which would be great.
Yeah, until we literally got escorted off that. Then escorted out of the press room, and now here we are with people who've been enjoying hospitality milling past with, so you'll probably hear a bit of that. Anyway, I think I don't know what I was going to say now.
Well, about the 2 penalties, I would have liked to see him take them. Does he want to?
I was so impressed by, I know there were only penalties, and I know there were only one touch and one strike. It was the confidence in which Anthony Gordon took them and the technique in which he took them. Even if a goalkeeper goes the right way, he's probably not saving at least one of those. I really like that. And obviously there was doubts, because it's just head went to pot at Everton, didn't it, when he took the last penalty.
He'd missed his last one,
But I see why Gordon got it, because he was one of the deputy penalty takers anyway, behind that man and Callum Wilson.
Yeah.
So
that was part of my question to Eddie Howe, actually, because Nick Woltemade very much wanted to take both penalties, and
that's good.
And Eddie Howe recognised that.
It.
Oh, did he?
He said
he loved it.
Like any good striker wants to score as many goals as possible, so that's a good attitude from him. But Anthony Gordon, basically, that role was up for grabs. Newcastle's penalty taker, Anthony Gordon's grabbed it. Eddie Howe sort of alluded that it was his decision as the manager to select Anthony Gordon because he was the one practicing and has been looking really good in terms of the penalties. And we finally got to see those penalties, and well taken on both counts by Anthony Gordon.
Very encouraging to see Baltimore, Alanga, Gordon all link up, because as I say that the criticism of Newcastle this season have been that they haven't looked like scoring goals. They've been playing with a striker who's clearly a capable footballer but weren't using his strengths. Tonight we're seeing Nick Woltemade used to his strengths, and that was a very good performance. Well, not just by Nick Woltemade but a few other players as well.
The most clinical striker in world football this season. Three shots on target, 3 goals.
Feels like the first time he touched the ball with his foot in the box, and he scored.
No, actually.
Not far off, is it?
He hasn't actually had just a clean shot on goal, but that's you can't call him out. He's been brilliant, and I think after, as Jordan alluded to, it wasn't a shaky start as such. He just had to feel his way into the game. I think certainly after the goal, you saw the confidence. His passing range, I thought, was sublime tonight. The way he kept spraying it out wide to Anthony Alanga and bringing Anthony Gordon into the game more. He's more than just a striker. He's scoring goals for Newcastle at the moment, but I think that's why we're so quick to jump to where he's not really a striker, because when he drops deep, he's one of the best passers Newcastle have as well.
But I'll be brutally honest, he plays like a striker because he's an option with his back to goal. He was an option all day with his back to goal, whether that was dropping in or the centre halves getting a chance to just fire it straight up to him, and he held it most of the time. I was so impressed. I've been so impressed by him this season. I'll be the first to admit I watched that Germany game, like many of yous might have out there when it was on the BBC, the Northern Ireland game, and I was like, oh, I'm a bit worried here.
They took him off. They took him off the 60 minutes, and they put like a striker that started making runs.
And they looked much better for it.
And they turned the game around high.
Yeah, you start to worry. So I'll be the first to admit that I think lots of other people out there might have been in the same position.
Yeah.
But everything I've seen in black and white, it's been little by little. You see parts of his game, and I think he's a very, very good footballer, and he's a good striker. He scores goals. Like, that was instinctive today. So it was just the type of thing that if you haven't got a striker's instinct, you don't do that. Yeah. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And the headers, he's a good finisher. It's a difference being a good header and a good finisher with your head. 2 great finishes with his head, but he's had an opportunity. The bloke's been starved of chances and opportunities, but every time they fell his way, puts it away. I'm so impressed by him. Now, I want to see a lot more from him, but I think there was a feel in that second half that the confidence was flowing into him, and there's more of an understanding about what everybody should do, and there was a lot of talking going on during the game. Joelinton, Bruno, Tonali talking to him all the time about what he should be doing, where he wants the ball, where he should run, and that understanding is only going to grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
It was great to see him get some good time on the pitch, get another goal. I can't be more positive.
I really like his decision making as well. I think more often than not he makes the right decision, the best decision for the team, which is so good when so often he has the ball at his feet and he's got 5 or 6 different decisions. He often makes the forward pass to bring a teammate into the game, which is very good. And I agree with you.
So, what I was going to say now is, because there's a few other players and a few things we want to highlight, and probably look a little bit forward to the weekend as well, because it's felt like the must-win week, and we're only halfway through it. But we've got some big news at Joy Jones. We teased it yesterday, didn't we? So, do you want to reveal it?
Over to me?
Yeah, I was going to let you read it, yeah.
Well, it'll be in the advert.
Well, should we just run the adverts then and
Yes.
see? Massive news. Got a big sponsor on board. And here you are. You'll be able to see it, and the details will be down below as well.
Comply IT Limited. Worrying about disposing of your old IT equipment? Don't be. Comply IT handle everything. Secure collection, detailed tracking, and certified data destruction. That's Comply IT Limited. Four Rivers Financial Planning offer holistic financial advice for all stages of life, ensuring your plan remains robust and adaptable in the ever-changing world we live in. For 21 years, JLM Travel have been offering great deals on package holidays and cruises. Plus low deposits and free kids places are available. Branches at Maingate, Team Valley and Front Street, Wickham.
Right, as you've seen there's the 3 Geordie Journal sponsors. We're so proud, all 3 of us here, to have JLM Travel on board. They will be a regular on all long-form Geordie Journals videos. Amazing to have them on board. Quality, isn't it?
Yes, very good.
We're like good partners at the Geordie Journals, the right kind of people. I spoke to Martin, of course, from JLM recently. Sounds like a top guy. We're so happy. He's happy to be on board, and we're happy to have him on board and his company on board as well.
Yeah, it's great to see people reaching out using the Geordie Journals email as well, Jordan.
Yes.
Which is?
Hey, teeing us up. geordiejournals@gmail.com. Get in touch if you want to sponsor this channel or
Be a partner of the channel. Because we love it.
We're flexible as well.
We are.
we're good.
We'll accommodate you in whatever way we can physically.
Where you going with this?
physically.
We're
Keep
flexible,
it in.
like.
Keep it in. You're flexible. You do. Dom's very flexible, and Dom will accommodate anybody's needs. So I think that's what he's saying.
I don't know where I was going with this.
No, I don't. Anyway, right. So the other performances I want to. Did we talk about Anthony Gordon much?
No, so what?
Touch on the penalty thing, but there was more to it.
I was going to laugh because obviously the 2 goals. Well, the 2 players I said should be dropped from the start line.
Drop him. He was class, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean, first
Second half.
Yeah, first half I thought he's still a bit hit and miss, but cool and composed with the penalty, and gets another penalty, scores that, and then in the second half he was he wreaked havoc. Did to the Union defence.
You might have to speak up because there's a lot of action going on.
No, it was. We've been waiting for a performance out of Anthony Gordon for a good while. Level opposition, whatever, but he was outstanding. He was a real live wire down that left-hand side.
I think he's threatened it for a while.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been a lack of effort. It's just been nothing's really come of it. Today, particularly in that second half, it all kind of pulled together. Yeah. And that effort was kind of rewarded with output.
Yeah. No, I would like to see a reaction. Well, we've seen a reaction from it. It wasn't the reaction I thought it would go. Drop him and then put him back in and then see if he reacts that way. But he reacted today from maybe some criticism that came his way. Say outstanding.
Justified.
Totally, yeah. And then Harvey Barnes comes on as well and he gets a goal. So fair play to them. I'm glad. I'm glad I was proved incorrect.
So for me, it was 4 players who really stood out for me today, and it wasn't the man of the match. It was one of them. We've mentioned 2, Woltemade and Gordon. The other 2, Tonali, we mentioned a little bit earlier. I thought he was just a machine today.
Initially credited with the goal as well.
Yeah, well, he's got quality technique. He doesn't always strike through the ball, which is the disappointment. He doesn't always do that. But you know, if a volley comes his way, he's never going to sky it. He always gets it on target. He's a great technician in that respect. And probably should score more goals, actually. Yeah. Although his role isn't that in this team, you can see how he would score more goals. Yeah. But the real standout to me is Malik Chiao. I mean, what Newcastle United were looking for in a defender, he's like seemingly ticked every single box. Like, he's got poise, he's got grace, he's quick, he's good on the ball.
Confident.
It's just, even in the most heated of challenges and situations, he's like, he has that moment, he's calm, and it's just, I think he's outstanding. They put him at right back, and you mentioned it, you were like, look, he's bombing on. Put
a cross in there late on, and Lewis Hall the back post.
Yeah.
He's some talent, like, because you don't, like, obviously they'd looked him for a while, but you didn't quite know what you were buying until he arrived.
Yeah.
But like everything you want in a defender, just so cool and composed. I call him a classy defender. I say got that bit pace as well.
Just he has, which Newcastle haven't got.
Because I think you look at if AC Milan were willing to get rid of him, what defender does AC Milan have?
But a lot of them, I think it was the money, wasn't it? They were quite happy to take the money. But a lot of them said he was their best centre half.
They were going to sell him on the cheap to Como.
Strange.
Early in the summer. For whatever, I think it was like 10 million less.
And Newcastle overpaid, but it doesn't look like an overpay the way he's playing.
Only 24 as well.
Yeah.
Just turned.
I mean, he's not in Germany squads and things like that. I mean, there's maybe parts to his game that we're not seeing, but sometimes footballers are just suited to teams or leagues or levels. And he looks like a player who looks every bit at home.
Yeah.
I think he looks like in the Premier League sometimes he's slightly on the edge.
Yeah.
And he might have a red card in him somewhere. But I
Nearly
think,
did against
yeah,
Bournemouth.
but I think he complements so well. And that's probably overlooking the type of performances Sven Botman's putting in, because we're just,
really steady, really
you
strong.
become used to a level from him when he's playing well. And it's brilliant again, the two of them together.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Sven Botman as well. Because of his injuries, there was perhaps some doubt that he would ever come back the same player and he'd ever have that run the team. But you see the defender he was when they first signed him.
Yeah.
And you're right, him and Chiao proper complement each other. Just two ball-playing centre-backs.
Yeah.
Developed an excellent partnership in a very short amount of time as well. I mean, I know they've made 4 consecutive starts together, but before that they hadn't been in the same backline, maybe substitute appearance or whatever. But they've developed a real understanding really quick.
John Fabian Schär and Dan Burn were basically the leanest centre-half partnership in the whole of the division. And these two have just walked in and blown them out the water. They're that good. They're so good, the pair of them. Like, I've not seen a pairing like that before. I mean, it's early days.
Yeah, I think that's the caveat.
It's early
yeah.
days, but wow, he's broke onto the scene. He looks to me easily like the signing of the summer.
Yeah.
An incredible upgrade in an area that they'd struggled to find an upgrade in for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm astounded by how good he looks. I really am.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I just think it is early days, but we've said yesterday, we said in previous video, Sven Botman, Malik Chiao is the future, and there was a really great moment at the end where the Newcastle fans were singing his name. This is a player already embraced by the supporters, and Bruno just nudges him. Enjoy that moment on your own, and that was just great for everyone.
Catchy little song, that, Liam, what is it?
Malik Chiao, Malik Chiao, Malik Chiao, Chiao, Chiao. Came from Milano to play with Sandro.
You know the rest?
It won't get through the filter.
Annie loves the tune.
Because you've wrote that a few times in copy, and now you video as well.
It's
A lot of video on social.
It was brilliant.
Of the moment that Dom just spoke about with Bruno.
Oh, Dom's tweet's flying.
We've all put the same.
We've all put it out.
You're flying the day.
Oh, cheers. Not in this video, but yeah. I'm just flexible in this video.
You are. I think he looks great. Like, really does.
The only thing I would say about is Botman and Chiao having that centre-back partnership. I think we will see more of Dan Burn at left back.
Yes, because Dan Burn wasn't. Well, he was just Dan Burn at left back, wasn't he, today?
And it's really hard to judge him because he ain't a left back. I don't care how many times he's played there. He's a walking mistake because he gets turned. He'll always get turned because of the player that he is. He doesn't have any speed. He's a centre half, an aging centre half playing left back. It is a recipe for disaster, and they will get found out against better teams with Dan Burn playing left back. They'll get woefully opened up in that area.
I see
and
why,
that's not a fault of Dan Burn.
I see why Eddie Howe puts Dan Burn left back.
Definitely.
He wants to get him in the team, and I don't disagree with that. I think you should find a way of getting Dan Burn in the team for what he brings in terms of leadership. But you're right, it's sort of like PTSD from what we'd seen from that period 18 months ago when it was Luton were getting him behind him and Nottingham Forest were getting him behind him, and it was really jarring. And then it finally moved back in the centre half. And to be fair to him, he's probably one of the best centre backs in the country for a good 12 months.
He's England's centre half. He's been England's centre half for the last 4 or 5 games. And that shows the levels he's been playing at.
And that shows the levels of the two players that have got at centre half now. Is the fact that Dan Burn was excellent. It's just right. You're gonna have to move out. Sorry. And you're the one that sacrificed
the biggest
to go
decision
on the
is
left
when, because the problem they've got is Lewis Hall is not physically there yet.
Yeah.
We saw today. He's on the bench. He looked a little rusty today.
He does look rusty. He's not there yet, but there's going to come a day where he will be there. And that's when Eddie Howe, who has, this is a criticism of him, has shied away from big decisions at times.
Well, he's been forced into this one with Dan Burn because of Tino Liverman's
But that
injury.
decision will come eventually, where it's like, does he stay, does he go? And I think it might, look, we're talking 2 months down the line really with Tino Liverman.
Which is what Eddie Howe confirmed today. 6 to 8 weeks out for Tino Liverman.
2 months of Dan Burn at left back could be a tough watch at times, to be brutally honest. He'll hold his own to a point because he's a good defender, but he's not left back.
That's the thing that I feel sorry for Dan Burn, because if he starts to get found out at left back again, then it's almost like the criticism isn't with Dan Burn, it's the fact that he's playing at left back, because he's not a left back.
Yeah.
But I also see why, because the best system is the 4-3-3. He's anyhow stuck with that for a while, and the only way to get Dan Burn the team at the moment is at left back. Because it's centre half, the Chiao and
You can't
Chiao
drop
and Botman
either of
have-
them. But you couldn't drop Dan Burn either, because he started the season very well. But
So Sunday, we're picking the same team. They're kind of through, because we're potentially, we may look to do another bit more of a reflective video tomorrow before we head back from Brussels to Newcastle. One of the success stories of last time was when we got L'Equipe and the French newspaper. We're going to have a little dig around in the paper shops around here to see if we can get some ratings and things like that from the Belgian newspapers. So we might try and do something like that. I can't promise we're going to be able to do, but we might try and do a reflective video tomorrow because we've got a bit of time as well. So we'll throw us forward a little bit to Sunday. Do you think it's the same team?
I think there'll be a few changes.
Jacob Murphy maybe come back in.
I think so, yeah.
it's a tough one because Anthony Elanga up against his former side, and look, you ask 90% of people how they thought Anthony Elanga played tonight, they'd probably say he was one of Newcastle's best players.
Who decides man of the match? Do you know?
Some
It's not like UEFA partners or something.
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Anthony Elanga, I can see why he got man of the match. I don't necessarily agree with it, but he was very involved, lively. He had their left back on toast most of the time.
Won the penalty, didn't he?
Won the penalty and put the cross in the build up to Nick Woltemade's goal. So he's had a hand in 2 goals effectively. And yeah, he was really involved, really lively. I still think he played better against Barcelona in terms of the balls he actually put into the box and finding a teammate. I can't really think of too many times he actually picked out a teammate with his crosses into the box tonight. But yeah, positive signs from Anthony Elanga, and I'd like to see him keep his place in the side because he'll be keen to follow this performance up against his former club.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Just said it.
No, I wasn't even, I've just been in my own little world, yeah. It's been a tiring few days, and we've loved it. I've actually, we'll talk about reflections on the time here, but I've really enjoyed this trip.
Been a tiring one, but these European trips are never sleep friendly, shall I say.
No.
Yeah.
We haven't done a lot of that,
No. Always helped with a win as well. Our first ever Geordie Journo's European win.
Yeah! We've had a sing song. We've had all sorts on here.
The last away trip was Paris, wasn't it?
Yeah. Which was
think
so
our
close
emotions
to
after
a
that
very,
one?
very good win.
I remember that video as well. It was quite amusing because I think French people had never seen people with a camera outside a football ground before.
Yeah.
They were literally surrounded.
It was a similar sort of place to this.
Like crowded,
people were
didn't it?
just like, I'll go back and watch that video. I think all we're talking about is it's just people looking at us. Like,
What a funny period back then. There was something happening to Chelsea as well. Some divvy was getting involved. We had loads of stuff like that, didn't we?
I think I have some German group of Germans.
I've been the same.
I was
Dave.
doing the German accent there. Group of Germans surrounded us at Stamford Bridge. But anyway,
Go on then, close it out. I think we've done enough waffling, and we'll hopefully do a little bit more of a reflective. If you can get in touch and let me know things you might want me to even discuss that we didn't tonight or talk about.
Yeah, so that wraps up tonight's video reflecting on Newcastle's biggest ever Champions League win, the Geordie Journo's first ever Champions League away win we've been covering. Not that we
Can I celebrate again?
Go on then.
Yeah!
And of course, if you like what we do, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell for all your latest Geordie Journo's content. These European trips mean we'll get to do loads of videos. We'll have potentially a video tomorrow, but we'll have a one from Eddie Howe's press conference on Friday.
Yeah.
Does not stop. And then on
The Geordie
Sunday,
Journo's week. That's what it is for you guys out there.
and the lives came back, Liam.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
For a limited time.
There was loads of people on the lives, loads. So it shows there's a real appetite. And as I explained on the live, it is so disappointing not being able to do the lives because they are brilliant for interaction. I love having a bit crack. We had a good laugh. Some bizarre questioning, as there always is, but it was great fun. Great humour.
So yeah, we'll wrap up there and we'll see you later this week. We've been the Geordie Journos from Belgium, and thanks for watching.